Hello, welcome or welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Brooke, and I'm a mom of 5 living with my husband and children on a remote farm in central Canada. Today, we are going to take care of weekly spending and some sinking funds. But today's stuffing is going to be a little bit messed up because yesterday, Friday, was payday. And I also had to drive 6 hours to pick my daughter up from camp. And so by the time we made the 6-hour drive home again afterwards, we got home in the middle of the night. So I just pulled what I could from an ATM, and some of this week's money was already spent, like the gas budget was already put into the tank. And so I'm going to try to kind of see here what I can do without messing things up too much. And because it's summertime and whatnot, there are flies. Don't get me started about flies. Flies on a farm. Okay. So I'm going to start by counting what I've got here, and then we'll go from there. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 85, 20, 40, 60, 86, 20, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95. So I've got 695. So I did pull about $100 already for gas, and I converted that to US, and I did get gas on my way to get my daughter from camp. So we're not going to be stuffing the gas envelope, but what I have left after topping up last night on the way home is a couple of dollars. So I'm going to tuck that back here, and you might hear the noise of the tractor. Got farm work going on here. And then groceries, I have $5 left. I have a confession about this $5. So I actually had 2 5s left over, and I have been really trying to push myself not to spend whatever I have left over, but I did spend one of the 5s. So there's my confession. All right, and I got nothing in any of the other envelopes. Okay. Normally, I start with my weekly spending, but okay, so I will put the grocery money in first, but then I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how any of this is going to work out because I had to pull some money yesterday. I've kind of screwed myself up. Okay, let's start with groceries. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, and 40. $340 for groceries. And gas, I've filled up. I'm good. The dogs, let's put 80 in there for now. 20, 40, 60, 80. I think I need a little bit more than that, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure how everything's going to work out here. So we'll go back and top that up if we have extra. And the feed store, I don't need anything this week. I don't think. No, that's not true. I need to get chicken feed. So I'm going to put 40 in there. Okay. Now hopefully the rest works out. I'm not sure. So why I don't like to kind of, I really like to keep everything very scheduled and organized, because if I have to go off the plan at all a little bit, then I get myself all muddled. Okay, emergency fund is getting $10. So in the bank we have 100, 200, 300, and then we've got 20, 30, 40, 50, and 5. So 355 for the emergency fund. And so I keep these placeholders here to kind of keep track of what's gone into the high interest savings account, because once I have $100 in here, I figure it makes more sense to have it earning interest for me than just sitting in an envelope. So that goes into the high interest savings account where it can earn us a little bit more. Grocery buffer is not going to get anything this week. Okay, the kids, we are going to put some money into the kids' spending envelopes. So my oldest, each one of them is going to get $5 this week for a total of $25. So my oldest will get $5. Usually if we hit $15 in their envelope without them spending anything, then I move it into a separate account for them, just put it aside for their futures. So they're welcome to spend from these envelopes if they want to, and if they don't, I just kind of carry it forward to top up their fund for their futures. However, this month I'm not doing that. I'm not allowing them to spend from these envelopes, and I'm not moving it over into their accounts, because in about a month's time, we have a family reunion to go to, and we're going to be visiting with family and attending a music thing. And so the kids are going to need spending money, so I'm just going to keep topping these up, and the kids can spend as needed on our trip. And then if they happen to have anything left, which I doubt they will, because they're probably going to enjoy spending their money. But if they do happen to have anything left, then after the trip, I will put that aside for them. So when I put money aside from their spending envelopes, this is not the way that I save for their futures. It's just like a little extra that gets put aside. So, and here's my youngest. He also will get $5, and there we go. Okay, I believe that is all for this. No, I'm going to go back here. Washing machine is going to get $10. So now we have 50, 70, 90, 100, 110, 115. So that's I'm starting to feel like I'm making progress there. My husband did a little bit of work on our washing machine, and it is functioning for the time being, so I don't feel as urgent a need to replace it as I did before, so that's good. So that's our family and home binder. Now we're going to get into the farm and vehicles. Okay. All right, let's see. Vehicle maintenance is going to get $20. And I think I do need to get an oil change soon on our van, so I don't know if I have enough in here or not. 20, 40, 60, 80, 105. So I think within the next few weeks, if I put a little bit more in here, I should have enough to go get the oil change, or to go get the supplies for my husband to do the oil change, which is probably what he's going to want to do. Okay, then we're going to flip back to our hay equipment. Oh, I had a little sticky note here to transfer $100 into the high interest savings account, which I did. So, we are adding $20 in here this week, and that makes for $500 in the bank, 20 and 5. So 525 that will eventually go towards replacing our old hay equipment. All right. And then I'm going to flip back here in the veterinarian envelope for the equine vet. I am going to put 20. So we have a youngster who is going to get gelded within the next few weeks. And I don't know how much that's going to cost, but what that means essentially is he still has his man parts and they are going to be castrated. No more man parts. Okay, so that's that. No, that's not that. I'm also going to put 20 in for the horse trailer. Our horse trailer is from the 1970s, and we have had it for quite some time. And we lent it to a neighbor who returned it in very poor condition. And it was already an older tractor, but that was just kind of like, the straw that broke the camel's back. So I'm very slowly saving to replace our horse trailer. And so my daughter can't show her horse or do any off-farm horse activities until that's done, which may be a while. Sorry, daughter. Okay. Oh, darn flies. All right, next we've got our holidays and dreams. So we are going to put $20. Uh-oh, got my dogs barking. They're outside, windows are open. Looks like they are, I don't know what they're barking at. Okay, we're gonna add $20 to birthdays. So most of our birthdays are in a cluster in the spring, but now we have a little bit of breathing room and a few more birthdays in the fall. So 20, 40, and 60 now in birthdays. So the little dog that you hear barking right now, that is my daughter's Chihuahua. And my daughter's Chihuahua believes that she is a big, fierce working dog like the rest of them. And I can assure you, she is not. She tries though. She sure does try. Okay, trips. Let's see what I have here. I have 20, 40, 60, and 80 to go into trips. There was supposed to be more here, but a little of that got spent yesterday when I went to pick up my daughter. So yesterday, it was like 6.5 hours to get there, 6.5 hours to get home. So I spent roughly 13 hours driving yesterday and got home in the middle of the night and did not take any breaks because I just wanted to get home. So I'm exhausted today. So let's see how much we have in trips. This is kind of a revolving envelope. So I did put money aside in here for driving my daughter to camp. And now I'm putting money in here. Oh, I also put money in here before I went to see my sister out west. And now I'm putting money in here for our family reunion next month. So we've got 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 160. And that's Gotta be rapidly filled. I'm going to put $5 in for my husband's workshop. So now we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, and 5, 95. And I've said this many times, but in case you're new here, so we are on a farm and my husband does a lot of his own work, like a lot of the construction of buildings around here, plumbing, maintenance on the tractor, maintenance of our hay equipment, welding, all like anything that you can think of. My husband does the work himself. And currently he works out of our garage, which is a small cramped space that is kind of a shared space. And he has always dreamed of having a dedicated workshop for all this work that he has to do, all this work that he chooses to do, that he does for us. And so I have decided to just very quietly, without saying anything, start putting money aside to kind of help that dream come true. Because he is a phenomenal husband, a phenomenal father, an amazing provider, and I would really like to see his dream of having a workshop become a reality. And then I've got 5 here that I'm going to put into, not Portugal, unfortunately, retirement. So the Portugal envelope is to go visit family in Portugal because my husband is Portuguese. And we have been, but we haven't been able to bring the kids. So we would like to bring the kids to meet aunts and uncles and cousins and all that kind of thing. So one day, I only have 5 in there so far, but 5 is a start. So, okay, retirement. We joke about this envelope because we're farmers, we might never retire, but I'm going to put my last 5 in there for today. So now we have 20, 40, 45, 50, and 55. We do hope that the kids will take over the farm one day, but we will continue to work alongside them for as long as we are physically able to do so. All right, so this $5 rollover from my groceries is going to go into my $5 savings challenge, and I need to grab my Sharpie for that. Okay, so these are available for free on my Ko-fi. You can find the link in my bio. Go ahead, download it. If you're using this, let me know. I would love to see what you're doing with it. But today I'm adding 5. And so the challenge to myself is if I have an extra $5 kicking around, instead of buying myself a little treat or finding a way to spend that 5, I'm challenging myself to hang on to it and add it to the challenge. So now we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, and 85. $85 in the $5 savings challenge. So I'm not one for playing savings games and whatnot. I love that that works for people. But our budget is tight and I know exactly where my money needs to go and exactly how much I have available to put aside into saving for various things. And so to me, it doesn't make sense to split my money up across a whole bunch of different savings challenges when I know exactly where it needs to go. But why I consider this a challenge is because I'm actually challenging myself to put the money aside instead of spending it. So I've got the $5, the $10, and the $20, which I never have $20 left at the end of the week. I wish I did, but it hasn't happened yet. So that poor challenge is lacking. And then these ones will be added here. This is all ones that are left over after I get my gas across the border. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. So I think I was originally thinking when I got to 50 that I would take it out and do something with it, but this is getting very full. I don't think I'm going to fit much more in here. So I think when I get to 40, I will take it out and it will either go towards hay equipment or I don't know, maybe I'll just use it for gas and who knows? I don't know. We'll see. All right. There we go. That is that. So now my daughter's home from camp. We're working on getting hay cut. Everything's kind of gonna just be go, go, go for the next little while. So I look forward to seeing you again next time, and thanks for being here. Thank you for following along and for your likes and comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye.